for joining us. Welcome to the First Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju, and I am Kim Mi, and I will be the MC of today's ceremony. It's my pleasure to meet you all. As the very first Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju being held in the year 2021, I believe that we have been preparing for this event for more than a year. I am very excited to see what we are going to enjoy in this forum. In this event, we would like to create a venue where senior mentors and young generation can meet together. And we are going to talk about peace, environment, and youth employment, and many other diverse societal issues and changes we are facing. With that, I believe this forum will be indeed an informative one. Before we begin, let me introduce some of our VIP participants gracing this event, and I hope that you can all join in and welcome all of our VIPs with a big round of applause. First of all, we have Chairman Moon Dae-rin from Jeju Free International City Development Center as our host. Next, we have Chairman Kim Sung-hwan of East Asia Foundation with us today. Also, we have Consul General Yoshiyasu Ishiki from Consulate General of Japan in Jeju. Plus, we have Mr. Park Won-tar, member of the Jeju Special Self-Governing Provincial Council. Also, we have Mr. Kang Chung-yong, member of the Jeju Special Self-Governing Provincial Council. And we also have Ms. Oh Young-hee, member of the Jeju Special Self-Governing Provincial Council, who have a special interest in these fields. And we also have Seogwipo Mayor Kim Tae-yeop. We have a lot of young supporters here in this room. Please give each other a big round of applause. I also would like to thank all of our on-site and online participants for joining us despite your busy schedules. With that, let us watch a short video clip to see what we are about to enjoy for the coming 2 days.
로스트 제너레이션이 아니라 웰컴 제너레이션이라는 이름이 더 잘 어울린 것 같습니다. 변화에 겁먹기보단 웰컴이라고 말하면서 앞으로 걸어나가는 세대라는 의미에서요.
네, 개회식입니다. 다시 한번 큰
Once again, let's kick off the opening ceremony with a big round of applause. I hope you have a very good time in this forum. With that, Let me invite Chairman Moon Dae-rim for his opening remark. Please welcome him with a big hand.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, greeting. I am Dae-rim Moon, CEO and Chairman of JDC. I'd like to express my gratitude and send words of welcoming to all the offline and online participants, especially all the people who are joining with us through the online platform. Also, this occasion is being honored by the presence of Mr. Park Won-chul and Kang Chung-young and Oh Young-hee, members of the City Council, as well as Mr. Im Jong-un and Mayor Kim Tae-il of the Seogwipo City, and the Japanese Consul General in Jeju, Mr. Iseki Yoshiyasu. My special thanks goes to the keynote speaker, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the 8th Secretary General of UN, as well as distinguished guests. Especially, this forum has been prepared together by the Jeju Self-Special Governing Province, Korean National Committee for UN Habitat, Korean Foundation, UNESCO, APCEIU, APLN, National Geographic, Society Asia. Thank you, the leaders of the institution as well as their staff members for making this forum possible. Also, I'd like to express my gratitude to the organizer as well as Chairman Kim Sung-hwan of East Asia Foundation as well as his staff members for working hard to prepare this year's forum. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the first Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju 2021 has three main themes: environment, peace, and the youth and jobs. Under these themes, young and older generation will seek for solutions for issues and challenges we are facing, and obviously they reach a consensus that genuine changes are very much needed. The role of young leaders for sustainable development and peace will be the overarching theme for today and tomorrow. We will collect wisdoms from younger and older generation to propose desirable roles and direction of the youth. The mankind went through rapid industrialization and has faced many conflicts of interest at the national level, which resulted in not a small amount of environmental, social, and economic challenges. Global warming induced extreme climate crisis, aggravating conflicts in various regions, and confrontation between classes and generations. The fourth industrial revolution imported job crisis, as well as pandemic, are all endangering the crisis because we need to adapt ourselves to new environment. So these challenges we're facing are transnational. That's why we need also transnational cooperation and coordination and put those ideas into actions. The global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius, a report published by IPCC tells that we need to limit the temperature rise 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to the pre-industrialization level, and by 2030, the total carbon emission must be reduced by 45%, and by 25, a full carbon neutrality must be achieved, and this kind of urgency has been presented by this report. Soon after, a special dialogue will be unfolded so that we can have an in-depth discussion on this very important topic. The leader of the future, the youth, your active discussion and participation will allow us to talk about multiple issues faced by nations around the world, and we will be able to produce positive outcomes and lay a foundation of sustainable future. I hope that this forum can be a place where we can shape the future, promising future together and make a small but meaningful step forward. Our leaders, future leaders, and the youth need to take this as an opportunity to think together work together and act before anyone else, and JDC will work to the fullest to make that possible. This is just the first year's forum, but this will be annual forum going forward. The Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju will be better and better going forward. So I ask for your participation and interest, and I wish luck and health to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you. This has been Chairman Moon Dae-rin from JDC. He has expressed his gratitude to all the participants and also gave hopeful messages to the future, saying his wish that young generation can be the pillar of that future going forward. Next, moving on, we would like to invite Chairman Kim Sung-hwan, who served as the 36th Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade of Korea and is now working as the chairman of East Asia Foundation. He will deliver his welcoming remark. Please give Mr. Chairman a big hand. He has put a lot of effort to make this forum possible. Please give him another big round of applause.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the East Asia Foundation, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all the participants of the very first Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum under the theme of the role of young leaders for sustainable development and peace in the Asian Pacific region. I would like to express my special thanks to His Excellency Ban Ki-moon, former Secretary General of the United Nations, and the Chairman of JDC, Moon Dae-rin. Living in 2021, we are now facing an unprecedented crisis stemming from the multiple dangers. As we are going through, COVID-19 has swept across the globe, taking a devastating toll on societies all over the world. In the security area, the intensifying US-China rivalry is causing concerns for the possibility of a major conflict in the flashpoints such as the Taiwan Straits. Most importantly, the global climate is aggravating so rapidly that many experts are saying that a climate catastrophe may be on the horizon, if not already here. Compounding the problem for the global youth is the fact that the current crisis is leading to constriction in the employment market, and finding jobs is becoming more difficult as years go by. The generation that will have to endure the brunt of the cost of today's crisis are the youth. But I'm confident that our young generation will wisely address the current crisis again. Through most of human history, the youth have been the vibrant force that propelled important developments and progress. Certainly, this was the case in Korea, where the youth were the main actors in advancing Korea's democratization movement and achieving economic growth. Thus, I would like to emphasize that now is the time to harness the energies of youth that for so long moved human progress forward and channel it towards solving the daunting crisis of today. I hope the Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum will become the valuable platform for youth to exchange ideas and devise common strategies for the numerous perils that endanger peace and coexistence. I also hope that the messages and perspectives yielded through our lively discussion would serve as a beacon that can guide the youth as they assume the position of leadership of the global society. Before I conclude, I would like to briefly introduce the East Asia Foundation. East Asia Foundation was established in 2005 with the generous support of Hyundai Motor Group, with the goal of promoting peace and prosperity in East Asia through human and knowledge networks. East Asia Foundation focuses on publications such as East Asia Foundation Policy Debates and Global Asia, that invites opinion and wisdom of experts on various issues facing Asia. Another key pillar of East Asia Foundation's activity is incubating the young generation through the sponsorship of a Global Asia Leadership Forum, providing a space for students to actively engage in discussions and international exchange activities on issues that Asia face. East Asia Foundation also maintains internship and fellowship programs that aim to foster talented students as future leaders of Asia. I would like to end my welcoming remarks by expressing my deepest gratitude to all the experts, youth leaders, academics, students, and other participants who have joined us here today. I would also like to thank JDC and other partnering organizations that have endeavored greatly in organizing and sponsoring the first Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum. Thank you very much, and see you all in the session. Thank you.
감사합니다. 네, 김성관 동아시아재단 이사장님이셨습니다.
Thank you. This has been the Chairman Kim Sung-hwan from the East Asia Foundation. Indeed, we are facing a lot of challenges, notably the employment market challenges. He put faith in our young generation that we can pull this through. Next, we have video messages celebrating the very first opening of the forum. The first message is from CEO Kim Sura of Market Kurly, who provides healthy food to many busy households. Please take a look.
안녕하세요.
Greetings, I'm Kim Sila, the CEO of Market Kurly. Distinguished guests who are with us today at the starting point of Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju. I express my gratitude to all of you as well as to those who worked so hard to organize and to successfully open today's forum. Entering the COVID-inducing new normal, which has caused rapid changes in traditional industries, digital transformation of a faster pace, the rise of ESG as an indispensable element, I believe that this forum will be a venue where a variety of discussion will be unfolded on roles and responsibilities of the youth and upcoming paradigm shift. Not just Korea, but all countries around the world has been working hard to overcome the pandemic. Undeniably, the youth around the world now have to face more diverse challenges than pre-pandemic times and need to equip themselves with an existing insight requiring to obtain future-proof capabilities and to respond to impending changes. The Living with Korea strategy will be implemented soon, and in this context, the forum will talk about the youth proper way forward. The forum will deal with multiple topics relating to, for instance, peace and environment, and will envision a future society established on respect-worthy principles. At the same time, various talks on how to shape the value system we want to enable us design diverse approaches to start a business, including startups. From now on, please direct all your attention to the Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju being unveiled. I hope that this forum can help the youth create a consensus on social issues and change lying ahead of us, and also present a chance to discover common solutions to common challenges of today. Thank you.
네, 김수라 대표님의
Thank you. This has been the CEO and founder of Market Kurly, Kim Soo-ah. The next message is from another amazing young leader. The message is from Bali, Indonesia. Founding Bye Bye Plastic Bags at the age of 12, she has been selected by Forbes as top 10 most inspiring women in Indonesia. I bet you are keen to know who she is. We have a young activist to remove plastic bags from Bali, and she is Melati YLF. Please take a look.
Hi everyone, it's Melati here, filming a video from Bali, Indonesia, at our headquarter office of Bye Bye Plastic Bags and Youthopia. I was really honored when I got the reach out to share a short video message to all of you today. First, I want to extend a massive congratulations to all of you for the first ever Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum. Yay! I was honestly so excited to hear that this forum has started because I believe, and I know one thing for sure, it's that young people can accelerate that much needed change we wish to see. Because when I started my activism, I was 12 years old. Can you imagine? Do you remember what it was like being 12 years old? I had absolutely no idea how to create a business model, no idea how to build a team or where to start. But what I did have was a clear vision for change. So that's the challenge for all of you today. I hope that you feel through this forum the sense of why it is important to create change, but more importantly, how each and every one of you can be a part of the solution we want to see. So go out there, use your voice, use your vote, use the choices that you make on an everyday basis, and make sure it contributes to the world and to the future we are proud of. From Bali, I am wishing you a great event, and I cannot wait to hear how it went, and more importantly, what you are going to do after the event is finished to create real change. And once again, congratulations to all of you.
네, 고맙습니다.
Thank you. The last part of the opening ceremony is the keynote speech. As our keynote speaker, we have the very embodiment of global leadership. Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the 8th Secretary General of UN, is joining us online. He is joining us over Zoom. If you are ready, please, the floor is yours. Good afternoon, Mr. Ban.
Thank you for your kind introduction.
네.
Thank you very much. Mr. Moon Dae-rim, CEO and Chairman of the Jeju Free International City Development Center, Honorable Kim Sung-hwan, Chairman of East Asia Foundation and former Minister of Foreign Affairs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, it is my great honor to speak to you as part of today's Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum Jeju 2021. It is my privilege to deliver these remarks at such a vital juncture for young people, both here in the Asia-Pacific region and all around the world. I wanted to participate in person, but because of my scheduling conflict, I'm sorry that I'm doing this through Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves at a crucial period for realizing sustainable development and building peace in the post-COVID-19 era. And the youth have a crucial role to play. My special thanks go to this forum's host, the Jeju Free International City Development, JDC, its organizer, the East Asia Foundation, EAF, and all of the eminent partner organizations who have come together to ensure the successful realization of this forum. You are all serving an indispensable role in advancing sustainable development, taking action on climate change, building peace, and facilitating partnerships between the youth, academia, government, the private sector, international organizations, and NGOs. I take this opportunity to salute every one of you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we find ourselves at the center of a variety of covering global crises and increased uncertainty. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend our economies, societies, and the way of life. Climate change is rapidly worsening with the superstorms, extreme heat, flooding, fires, and droughts, all expanding in both frequency and intensity. Great power tensions and regional conflicts are growing, hindering global cooperation when it is greatly needed. At the same time, new technologies are altering how we communicate, live, and work. Sweeping advances in the fields of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and robotics are rapidly changing our countries, cities, and communities. However, despite these challenges, we have made progress in key areas, and I believe we have invaluable opportunities to change the world for the better. But to do this, we need to work together through a driving commitment to sustainability, peace, global citizenship, and the power of partnerships and cooperation. Today, I wish to speak to you about this forum's guiding theme, the role of youth, sustainable development, and peace in Asia Pacific during a period of great changes. First, I will highlight the importance of elevating our cooperative efforts to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. And second, I will underline the utility of global citizenship and explain how the youth can lead us to a more sustainable, peaceful, inclusive, and brighter future. Ladies and gentlemen, dear young leaders, now into its second year, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to alter our personal lives, communities, and the world. And it has also inflicted severe hardships on the youth. With over 250 million global cases and more than 5 million tragic global deaths, this pandemic has caused immense suffering and challenges all around the globe. Beyond oversized impacts on global economic growth and pronounced supply and demand-side disruptions, COVID-19 has also amplified existing inequalities in health, labor, housing, food, gender, and other key areas. Under this troubling backdrop of the current global development landscape, it is clear that the ongoing recovery will be both extended and arduous. And this is particularly true as vaccine inequity continues to extend the pandemic for so many. To ensure that we recover correctly, it is not enough to build back. We must build back greener, and that means more sustainable way. To do so, first, we need to ensure equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines and go much further in the fight against the vaccine inequity. The fact of the matter remains that the global response has not only been too slow, it has been too unequal. This is the most pressing task ahead of us, and one that will not only strengthen multilateral collaboration and enhance critical partnerships, but also set the stage for a more secure and cooperative international order in the post-pandemic era. In addition, as we strive to vaccinate the world, leaders must also elevate their actions to harness the transformational blueprint of the United Nations global goals to ensure sustainable development, act on climate change, and build peace and security. Indeed, in this era of pandemic, division, planetary warming, and increased uncertainty, we must urgently recommit to the UN SDGs and the Paris Climate Agreement. This will help us bring together, closer, build back better from COVID-19, and revitalize multilateral cooperation when it is now needed more than ever before. Doing so would also tackle hunger and poverty, boost sustainable development, fortify public health, advance climate action, scale up education, and much more. The pandemic has made it painfully clear that a dynamic new international order, one centered on health, sustainability, security, cooperation, inclusivity, peace, and prosperity. They are all needed for all people and our planet. During my time as UN Secretary General, I am proud to have brought the entire world together to agree to UN SDGs. Adopted by 193 countries in New York in September 2015, the SDGs offer us a way forward to solve the most critical issues of our time. They also provide humanity and our planet with a collaborative framework to leave no one behind and ensure the future we want. Those are two philosophical motto of the SDGs. Now then, 6 years after this adoption, the SDGs have made tangible progress on bettering maternal mortality rates, combating poverty and hunger, and improving the quality of water and sanitation. But progress is uneven on others, with some sectors and geographic areas moving faster than others, and COVID-19, conflict, and climate change all leading to troubling reversals in SDG implementation on the ground. With this in mind, global partnerships, including the active participation of government, the private sector, NGOs, young leaders like yourselves, are necessary if we are to deliver on our development commitments. SDG number goal 17 highlights a vital role that youth, alongside government, businesses, civil society, academia, and others, should play to help achieve the SDGs. It calls for, I quote, multi-stakeholder partnerships that mobilize and share knowledge, expertise, technology, and financial resources to support the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals in all countries, unquote. And young leaders like you are a critical pillar of such partnership efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, dear young leaders, during my time as UN Secretary General, I understood that young people and women are absolutely essential to solving so many of the world's biggest challenges. This includes fighting pandemic, tackling climate change, achieving UN SDGs, and building peace and resolving the conflicts. Indeed, the active engagement and empowerment of youth and women is central to ensure the success of the international community. Consider the fact that young people and women comprise 75% of the global population. So we must do more to engage and empower these two groups, as they are the enablers to help us achieve our sustainable development, climate action, and peace-building goals. By doing so, we can help unlock their unbridled potential as the agents of change and dynamic global citizens of tomorrow. I'd like to talk to you more about global citizenship. Global citizenship is an important concept that can serve as a unique tool to help solve some of our most pressing challenges and help us reach our global goals. Global citizens are those who identify themselves not as a member of one country, but instead as a member of humanity more largely. They are understanding and tolerant of other people and cultures. They fight for the protection of our planet, gender equality, and human rights. They look beyond the narrow prism of national and personal interest and work for a better future, one where no one is left behind. Global citizens build bridges rather than building walls. And to establish long-term solutions, we need inclusive and participatory action from young global citizens as an essential ingredient to leverage the potential of partnerships that I spoke of earlier. So for these reasons, I have been trying my best to help elevate global citizenship as a driving vision for young people around the world. In this regard, I'm proud to inform you that I have launched the Ban Ki-moon Center for Global Citizens to continue my work after my retirement from the United Nations and help forge a brighter future for the next generation. Based in Vienna, Austria, the center aims to help provide both women and young people with a greater say in their own destiny, as well as greater stake in their own destiny. Alongside the UN, civil society, and other stakeholders, I see the Asia-Pacific Young Leaders Forum and the Ban Ki-moon Center as natural allies. We can work together in our partnership efforts to engage the next generation of leaders and advance empowerment and action to achieve the UN global goals. Distinguished guests, let me conclude my remarks by saying that despite the current challenges that we face, if we work together under the spirit of partnership, sustainability, and global citizenship and peace, we will not only persevere during this era of uncertainty, but we will thrive. And the role of young leaders like yourselves is simply essential to such efforts. Indeed, now more than ever before, the world needs a generation of thinkers and doers. We need thinkers who can appreciate the scale of the challenges before us. And we need doers who will step forward to take action. You hold the keys to the future. And this is particularly true in regards to persevering over and recovering from the pandemic, achieving sustainable development for all, taking action on climate change, and building peace and resolving conflicts. Together, we can realize our vision of a world free of hunger, poverty, and gender discrimination, one where no one is left behind. Together, we can take urgent action on climate change to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius and chart a resilient future for the next generation. And together, we can resolve long-standing conflicts and build sustainable peace, including right here on the Korean Peninsula. I strongly believe that in this era of uncertainty, achieving the UN SDGs and fighting climate change are two most critical efforts that can bring us together at a time when the pandemic elucidates just how interconnected we are. Doing so will address inequality, protect our planet, spur prosperity, expand inclusion, advance the empowerment of women and girls, and enhance public health. And I am confident that leading forums such as Asia Pacific Young Leaders Forum, and young people like you will be central to this effort. Ladies and gentlemen, your role is extremely important as we need to ensure that the UN's global goals are local business in the Asia Pacific region and beyond. Through your elevated efforts, I am confident that we can construct a more healthy, sustainable, peaceful, and prosperous world for all. Let us work together to make this world better for all. I thank you for your commitment and your leadership and your attention now. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Thank you. 박수 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you once again. Please give Mr. Ban another big round of applause. This has been the keynote speech of former Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. And next, we have to open the special dialogue session. But before we begin, I have a small announcement to make. On top of our on-site participants, we also have online participants over Zoom and YouTube. During the session, feel free to leave your comments or questions in the chat box or comment box. And there will be a drawing where we pick some participants who leave questions/comments, and we would like to send out some small gifts. And I think this will support our great panelists and speakers in the dialogue session. Now we are arranging the stage, and we have renowned experts, speakers, and panelists waiting to join in this special dialogue to give out very inspiring messages to all the participants. I hope you can brainstorm and generate diverse ideas and put these into action in our daily lives through this special dialogue. As soon as we arrange the stage, we would like to begin the special dialogue. We have very important sessions ready tomorrow as well. I ask for your active participation and attention in this regard. And even if you are not here, you can actually watch all the sessions over the internet